Hi guys, this is English 1120. My name is Krista Wilson, but I go by Kit, and I'm going to make this video as short as possible and just basically show you around the Learn Write course, and then maybe go over some things in the syllabus. Okay, but the really important thing is that you guys figure out how to navigate this course shell effectively. So this is what it should look like for you guys right now. Announcements will always show up right here, right? And that'll be like if there's a change in the schedule, or if I want to remind you guys to do something, then that will show up here. Course messages is a way to email me through Learn. I prefer to be emailed through your regular email, but this is one way to get a hold of me that is sometimes effective, right? Here's the discussion board, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. Here is Zoom meetings. You will have to download Zoom, and you will have to create a Zoom account that is linked to your UNM account. Otherwise, you will not be able to access any of the Zoom meetings. Okay. And here is week 1, right? So I will have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, right, on this sidebar to make it really easy for you guys to navigate what you have to do and when, right? If you click on week 1, you have a Monday folder, a Wednesday folder, Friday folder, and I have instructions for what you have to do for each of those days. Okay, inside of these folders, I will have everything that you need to do or read linked. Okay, so here, right, for Monday, I want you guys to read the syllabus. Okay, read the syllabus. And make a 250-word introduction post introducing yourself. Okay, and then here's some instructions on that. Right, if you click here, it'll actually take you to the discussion board, right? And you would hit create thread. There we go. Any minute. Yeah. And then subject should be introduction. And then you write your really fascinating 250 words about yourself and your interests. And then you would hit submit. Okay. So let's go back to, oh, okay. There we go. So all of your assignments will be due at 11:59 p.m. So like basically right before midnight, unless I state differently, which I can't imagine why I would ever want it to be due at a different time. Okay, there's Wednesday, right? For Wednesday, I want you guys to basically do a lot. There's a lot to do on Wednesday, and it's all like really tiresome and often difficult technological junk. And that's why the whole first week I have set aside basically for you guys to figure out how to navigate this space and how to get all the programs that you need downloaded. Okay, so this is often the most difficult one, is signing up for your Revel account. What this actually is your online textbook. So you'll be able to access it this way through the folder or over here under textbooks. Okay, do not buy a new book. You've already paid for it. If it asks you to pay for a new one, then get a hold of me as soon as you can, and maybe you can figure it out, because I don't want you paying for your textbooks twice. Okay, Lobo Mail, if you're not already using your UNM email, you have to figure it out. Okay, because that's the only way that we're technically allowed to communicate. I'm not supposed to talk to you guys through your Gmail accounts and your Yahoo accounts and stuff like that. So try to get that working as soon as you can. Download Zoom. After you download Zoom, make sure your Zoom account is linked to your UNM account, or else you won't be able to access the Zoom meetings. Okay, and then the Remind app is basically a messaging app that makes it easy for you guys to send me text messages without me ever getting your number or any of your other information. So that makes it really, really easy for us to communicate pretty quickly in an online class where like we don't have the same kind of communication. That's a really good tool. Please don't sign up for Remind using your email. Okay, if for whatever reason you absolutely can't, download this app and use it with your phone, then just email me regularly. But keep in mind that this has been like a lifesaver for a few students who had like desperate questions at the last minute and needed to get a hold of me more quickly. So if you can get it, get it. Right, back to week 1. And Friday, right, I'll have another video for you guys on Friday, and you will go and post 2 50-word responses to your classmates. So basically, if you click here, the video will be posted in here somewhere. It's not there yet. And it'll redirect you back to the message board where you will click on your peers' messages and read them, and then come up with some really nice things to say in 50 words, okay, or more. So that's how you do that. Please do make sure to watch the videos before you do assignments, because a lot of the time the video is there specifically to tell you guys kind of like how to do the assignment. So, yeah, so that is the basics of how to navigate this online course. Your syllabus isn't here, okay? Read your syllabus. It's technically a contract, okay? So read it. I'm going to go over a little bit of that right now. Here's my email. Email me whenever you want. The best way to email me, though, is to have English 1120 in all caps in the subject line, because I get an avalanche of emails from all over campus basically every day. And occasionally my students' emails get lost in the flood. So if you have that in all caps, then I will see your email and it won't get lost. And so here we have, how are we doing on time? We're doing okay. The course description, right? So this is basically composition 2. Okay, so you're going to be doing more writing, more drafting, more like fine tuning of the skills that you got in composition 1, but we're also going to learn how to analyze and use like research to strengthen your writing and strengthen your arguments and strengthen the way that you're engaging with the subjects that you're writing about. If you took composition 1 here, you're already familiar with the SLOs, right? If not, right, they're basically, these are the student learning outcomes for this class. These are the things that we want you to learn and the kinds of skills that we want you to get through the semester and through what you're doing in this course. Right, you're going to learn about rhetorical situation and genre. Writing is a social act. Writing is a process. You'll improve your grammar and usage. You'll learn how to reflect on your writing and on the process of writing. And then you're going to improve your research skills quite a lot. So as we move through these different assignments, we'll be talking about the SLOs and how those assignments reflect those and how you can improve your understanding of the SLOs through the kinds of work that we're doing in this course. Technical skills, this is basically, you have to be able to use Learn, you have to be able to use a computer, you have to understand how to navigate websites, and you have to understand how to use Microsoft Office applications. Please download Microsoft Office. Please don't use the online version. It's so much easier if you can download it, if at all possible. So download it. It's free to you as a student. And it's a really good product to have and a really expensive one not to have. So go ahead and get it if you can possibly get it, and while it's free because you're a student. Hold on. Technical requirements, right? You need, it says high-speed internet. I would try to have that if you can have it, or if you have access to it. It'll make things easier. You need a laptop. Most of this is pretty straightforward. Yeah, so again, go ahead and download Microsoft Office if you possibly can. And here it is right here. And you guys can actually download a lot of really cool stuff as students. And I would get those programs while you can, because buying them sucks. They're really expensive. And if you need technical support, here's a number. to call to get help with all of this stuff. Expectations, right? That basically says that you have to be a little bit more self-motivated than in a regular class because most of the work is done solo. You're going to be doing a lot of this by yourself with very little like oversight in a traditional sense. Right? Expect to spend 6 to 9 hours a week working on your homework for this. Etiquette. Be positive and polite. Keep in mind that you're in a different type of social environment, but it's still a social environment, and it's important to be respectful of your peers. Right? The drop policy is pretty straightforward. It's basically if you don't do any work for 2 weeks, I can drop you and may drop you from the course. So if you're having issues, please get a hold of me as soon as you can and let me know what's going on so we can figure out what to do. Response time, I'm going to try to get back to you guys within 24 hours by email most of the time, and 48 hours in the writer's lounge, which is the first post in the discussion board. Again, UNM email is the email you have to use. Tracking course activity means that you are being spied on. Everything you do in this class, there is a computer somewhere keeping track and like making a log of what you're doing. I actually can tell when the last time you accessed Learn was, how long it took you to read your chapter, if you read your chapter, if you even looked at the assignments, like all of that stuff gets tracked. So keep that in mind. Participation, we have discussion boards, and you have to do those discussion boards as part of your participation, because that's kind of making up for a lot of the talking that happens in regular classes where we get to engage face-to-face. Late and missing work, unless you have a documented emergency of some sort, like a health issue or like some other sort of urgency, I can't accept late work on the discussion boards because that is taking the place of participation. So with that in mind, if you do have an emergency of some kind, get it documented. Right? If you have to take a picture, take a picture. If you have a doctor's note, have that doctor's note and get that to me so I can be more flexible. The classroom is a public space, so don't write about anything that you don't want other people reading, right? Which is like me, the 25 other people in the class, and then like my supervisor, and then like whoever the technical advisor is for, this shell who may have to come in at some point and look at things. Like, it's public stuff, so if it's something personal that you don't want to share, don't share it. Student behavior, I encourage you to read the code of conduct if you can, but it's like pretty straightforward. Is be respectful, don't use offensive language, don't disclose criminal activity, that kind of thing. These are the UNM policies on mask wearing and vaccinations, right? You guys have to have your vaccinations by September 30th, and you have to wear you have to wear a mask indoors, regardless of your vaccine status. So, and that doesn't really say anything for this class because it's online, but a lot of you guys are on campus. We may have to switch to completely online. If you're not already online completely, we already are, so it doesn't matter. In terms of accommodations, this is the number to the Accessibility Resource Center, and this is their email, and I would be more than happy to work with them and more than happy to work with you if you need accommodations. So like contact them as soon as you possibly can if you need or want accommodations. They're terrific to work with, and I really suggest getting on that as soon as possible, and getting it out of the way. Okay. Title IX. Title IX. Okay. I'm considered, right, I'm skipping to this part, which is basically, right, like Title IX is specifically about people being sexually harassed and assaulted on campus. And one of the parts of Title IX means that I am obligated to report anything that is told to me by a student. So if you guys tell me that someone sexually assaulted you on campus, I have to report it. If you don't